Hey everyone, welcome back to another Chart With Me video, and this week we're going to talk about gold. And in this video I'm going to talk about my entries, my exits, my profit targets for the upcoming week, so that way you can make smart decisions inside of the market for yourself using this analysis. A lot of people have told me that these past few weeks they have made money from these free videos, so I definitely want to keep doing them for the time being. So let's just go ahead and make some adjustments to the chart that I already have. So I'm going to clean this up and then we're going to jump right into the markets. But before I do that, I want to just talk about very briefly. You can see this was the plan for last week, and I said once it gets below this level I'm going to sell. And I do have other videos on this channel that talks about those entries, so go ahead and search for those and do your own research and make sure that you have enough information to make even more confident decisions inside of the market. And like I said, those videos are on this channel, so go ahead and search for those. But basically, once this price got in this zone, I decided to take a trade, and this was actually a monster trade. I do have a video inside of the Profitable Traders Academy where I did break this trade down with a lot more detail, so maybe I'll share this on YouTube as well. We shall see. But anyway, that was the trade one, and then trade two was this trade right here. I was hoping that it would go lower, but it didn't. Ended up going higher, and then I got stopped out right about here. So anyway, so these are just some of the notes, so give me a second so that way I can clean up the charts. If you're tired of missing out on gold's big price moves, then go ahead and check out the Profitable Gold Market Blueprint. In this guide, you're going to have an easy to follow profitable trading table that tells you exactly when gold will be bullish or when gold will be bearish based on what's happening inside of the market. And it also includes profitable entry levels and different strategies. So maybe you've tried to understand the gold market, but you felt overwhelmed by charts, reports, and all these other things that you think you should be looking for inside of the gold market. But it really doesn't have to be that hard. In this guide, you can understand what it takes in order to make consistent profits inside of the gold market and really understand everything you need to in order to take the actions that you need to take in order to be successful. So you can decode the gold market trends like inflation, FOMC, geopolitical events, and also master simple strategies that follow the big players, so banks and institutions. Basically, you want to be following them. And then you also want to spot profitable opportunities to avoid common traps, so that way you can stop second guessing yourself and just enter the market. And then also understand key support and resistance levels in order to time your entries, and also anticipate moves instead of just reacting, most times too late. And then of course save hours of research with clear and actionable steps in order for you to be successful. So go ahead and check out the Profitable Gold Market Blueprint, and this timer will be active, and once the time runs out, the price will go up. I'll see you there. Let's go ahead and get started, not on the weekly time frame, but on the daily time frame, just because it makes a lot more sense. On the weekly time frame, it just looks like random lines that are going across candles. So I just wanted to briefly touch on what's happening here on the daily time frame. So number one thing that we have is we have price starting from the top. We have price at 27.90, which is the highest point inside of this market so far. So we still have our line from last week here, and if you've missed that, then go ahead and watch the video right behind this in order to see which levels we marked up for this particular market. And next we have our other level here at 27.57 on the daily time frame. Basically, we had some rejections here and we wanted to make sure that our level was covering that. So that's why we have that line. And then the third is we have 27.28, and basically we have some supports here. We do have some supports over here, but focusing on most recent price action. And next we have 27.05, and the reason why we drew this was basically the same reason. We have a resistance here, and we also had some rejections right here. We have a resistance, and we had some rejections on lower time frames. We'll see that in a moment. And then the other major line that we have here is around 26.50, 26.51, mainly because we have a support here, and then we also have some rejections here, and then we drew a level at 26.23, where basically there was something happening on lower time frames here, but the general idea was all the rejections that were happening over here as far as most recent price action. And then this last level, it looks kind of weird on this time frame, but there was some stuff that was happening on lower time frames. So let's just go to those really quickly, just so that way we can review them. All right, so as you can see, that top level, all these rejections. We have rejections here for this level, more rejections here for this level, a support and rejections here at this level. And even though we do have some sort of overhang, I believe this happened, this happened on Sunday. So I don't think that there's anything that I want to adjust on this time frame. So let's go ahead, or at least with that level, so that's fine. And then now we have this right here at 26.51. Still looks good to me. Here's most recent price action. We'll talk about that in a moment and how to possibly adjust your levels in order to account for this upcoming week. But right now that looks good. This level also looks good. I think this is a level that I drew midweek, basically to account for some price action. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then this major level right here is a level that we looked at on a daily time frame. So far it's looking good. We have these rejections all throughout here, rejections, and some supports. And then we also have rejections and a resistance here. We have this price of 25.46 roughly. And if your price varies a little bit, it just depends on the chart that you're using. It's totally okay. As long as it's in the ballpark, you should be good. And right here we have a really strong support, because from here it formed a support and then price did all of this, which is I think 1,000 pips or something, which is insane. So let's go down to H2 and reset. I believe I think this was a level that I had from last week, but basically this is drawn because of these rejections and then these rejections here and then this. So actually let's go down to H1 so we can see that a little bit better. And levels that I may have drawn, because I don't 100% remember, but right here at 26.85, I have this level. So let me zoom in and see if I need to adjust it, because this was Monday. I think this was something that I may have anticipated for last week, but it became confirmed this week, especially when this resistance level formed. So one thing I want to do is actually move this level and make it to 26, let's just say 86, 85. And basically because we have this resistance right here, we do have a little support over here, and then price pushed up from there, came back, retested this level, and then pushed up again. And then price came through, broke through this level, and then retested this level. So last week I was mostly focused on sells because of all of this. I was actually over here trying to look for a buy, but when I didn't see my price signal, basically price was still trading above here. I wasn't even thinking about sells until I looked at some news, so gathered some fundamentals, and then also I looked at the chart, and then I saw that price continued to push up. And then I was looking for a buy. I was looking for a retest in here. That didn't work because price clearly broke through and it was going really, really fast. I didn't want to touch it. So I came back later, still didn't see anything. And then the morning I saw basically this and decided to take a trade, and good thing I did, because this was a 369 pip candle alone. This is the level that I want to adjust, and let me look. This is something that I drew this past week, mainly because we had all of this consolidation here, and I'm just going to make a minor adjustment and have this sitting around 26.33, mainly because there's a lot of consolidation here, and this was really choppy price action. So I didn't take any trades within here. And then this was a key level that we already had. And then this level right here was something that I think I did have last week, but I may have just adjusted it slightly. But pretty much this level is here at 26.10, mainly because we have the support, and then price did almost tap into this level and then pushed up. Even though it was still in consolidation, still didn't touch it. So now we come to the game plan section of this particular video. So now that we have defined the levels that we wanted to adjust from last week, and then address any levels that were created from this past week, now we have a chart that looks ready to trade. So let me just tell you what I am looking at. So the key thing here with this level, like I said, this is a resistance level. So I would be looking for buys above here and then sells below here. and not just blindly taking a sell, mainly because right now you do see that this candlestick right here is below this key level. It closed below this key level, so that's generally a strong signal to take a sell. However, the fundamentals and other things inside of the market has really been pushing the market in one way or another. So as we saw this past week, it came down with a lot of volume, an insane amount of volume, consolidated, and then tried to break out of this, and it did break out, but now we're back at this key level. So I am going to wait and see what happens maybe Sunday night, and probably won't take a trade till I see some more data on Monday, and then maybe even Tuesday take a trade. It just depends on how this is looking, because one thing I've noticed is that when the market opens up on Sunday night USA time, roughly price gaps, and I've seen it gap up and I've also seen it gap down. I don't want to take a trade as soon as the market opens. I want to give it a few hours to kind of see where price is trying to go, which is why I want to wait all of this room right here, which is 140 pips roughly. Wait and see what price is going to do. This is enough room for me to wait and see what's going to happen. So the game plan for the upside, let me extend this level here. The plan for the upside is going to be obviously waiting for price to break above here, and not just break. I do like to wait at times for candle closes, even though I don't always do that. So this range right here is 207 points or pips, because we are on gold, and that is looking good to me. If price continues to push up above this level, then we could see it move up 186 pips, and then looking at this level over here. So this right here is a really high level in the market. It's not the highest level inside of the market, but it's a really high level inside of the market. So instead of just saying that I want to trade, you know, once price gets above here and just take it all the way up here to the next key level, what I would want to do instead is basically look at this as a level, and maybe not target all the way up here, but maybe target this previous high. And this is definitely enough room. This is 144 pips, which is great for my trading plan. If it's great for yours, then that's cool as well. So this would pretty much be the game plan, basically targeting this previous high inside of the market. And on the downside, what I would want to do is I would want to first extend this level right here. So this level is at 2634. I remember this level quite a bit while I was trading this past week. It was hanging out a lot in here. So anyway, so this right here is kind of a key level. We have a support here, and then we did have price kind of retest this area and then push up. And this move was, let me go here. This move, wow, was 320 pips, which is incredible. So that was a really decent move. So what I would be waiting for is I would be waiting to see if price plans to come back down here and bounce up. That could be a trading idea. And another idea would be for price to come down here and bounce up. And I wouldn't necessarily go all the way up. I would go to this key level. Mainly because if we look to the left, we can see that price bounced off from here. Price didn't bounce off from here, actually went down. But this was a key resistance level before, and now it looks like it has turned into support, which is why I would be interested in possible buys from this level. It's a little tricky in this level, I'm just going to say, because of all of this consolidation here. And then the same for here. Price consolidated throughout this zone a lot, and it formed these supports, and this support was basically the catalyst for price coming here and then pushing up. And then this was also a really nice move. Price came back to the zone and then pushed up again. So that's why this is an idea for a potential buy up to here. I would just wait to see if price is going to hold this level and continue to push up, and then obviously I get my game plan to the upside. If not, what I could potentially do is I could actually take the sell down to here. Let me mark that off, because this is the idea. Sell down to here, and then another sell down to here. But then, if I just wanted to buy, then I could wait for the bounce, come down, bounce, and then buy up. And the one other thing that I would want to do is go to a higher time frame and just see what is happening. So we had price making lows. This is a lower low. Price pushed up and it made this high. Basically, it's above this previous lower low. Previous lower low. Just trying to think about basic market structure here. So there is the potential for price to meet this previous high. And like I said, it also depends on what's happening inside of the world and all the geopolitical events. So that is why I chart from both sides. And basically, this is my game plan for the upcoming week. A lot of it is just going to be waiting to see what the market does and not just hopping into things blindly. Mainly because I am a trend follower and I want to make sure that I'm following the prevailing trend. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you learned something that's going to help you make better trading decisions inside of the market, and I will see you next time.